Erich Raeder, the commander-in-chief of the Navy, was deeply conflicted. How else can it be explained that even in 1932 he had called Hitler's speeches criminal, but again and again, as the only officer present, he gave the so-called German salute, and on the 30th January 1937, he pinned a golden party badge awarded to him by Hitler onto his uniform. And just as unnecessary for an active officer was the acceptance of a birthday cash gift of 250,000 Reichsmarks on the occasion of his 65th birthday. In competition with U-boat officer Dönitz on the right, Raeder's plan had called for the construction of a series of heavy surface units. But when World War II began in September 1939, which he had not supported, he made it clear that Germany, as a continental power, had in no way yet built up the Kriegsmarine for a war against the superior naval power, Great Britain. In general, Raeder's relationship with Hitler had cooled more and more over the course of the war years. Furthermore, in meetings during the early phase of the war, he had contradicted Hitler several times, especially regarding his plans for the attack on the Soviet Union in June 1941. However, he was virtually the lone voice of warning, since the representatives of the army had not dared to voice their concerns out loud. When, at the end of 1942, the Kriegsmarine's Operation Regenbogen against an Allied convoy in the Barents Sea with the armored ship Lützow, the heavy cruiser Admiral Hipper and other ships, 6 destroyers, had failed. Grand Admiral Raeder, after a fit of rage from Hitler, in which he even accused the Kriegsmarine of cowardice, among other things, had asked to resign. On October 1, 1946, retired Grand Admiral Raeder was sentenced to life imprisonment at the Nuremberg trials and taken to Spandau prison. On September 26, 1955, after 9 years in prison, Erich Raeder was released for health reasons. Later, he was just like Grand Admiral Dönitz, as here at the Naval Memorial in Wilhelmshaven, has repeatedly been a guest of the Bundeswehr, which, however, removed both names from its tradition list decades ago.